Hello guys, and welcome to episode 4 of how to make a 5 Nights at Freddy's fan game in GDevelop. So you might see that I don't have those red squares at the sides of the screen, and you might be thinking, well, why did you remove them? They are for looking well a half a year ago. I'm sorry for not releasing videos for very long. A friend showed me a better way to do scrolling, and I'm gonna teach you guys as well. So first, you have to make a new layer, call it whatever you want. I'm just gonna call it cursor, because this layer is where we will check like the cursor position, because our screen is only so big, it cannot go like over there, like it can only go there. But when the camera scrolls, the cursor position changes to go beyond the screen limit, so you have this sort of check for the cursor position on the actual screen and not in the game. You can have this anywhere you want, but it's just like having this at the top. So you go into your events, add action, layers and cameras, camera center X position, set to cursor X. You see that in here you can have layer and number, so it checks the cursor's X position on the layer we select, and then the camera number. So we're going to do the cursor layer I made, and then camera number 0, because that's I realized I forgot to have it in quotes. Now it works. Now the camera does this. As you can see, it goes. I can't speak. It goes too far. I'm gonna tell you why. You see this? It enforces the camera boundaries, but because this is underneath it, it ignores. It doesn't ignore it, but it prioritizes this one because GDevelop reads code from like top to bottom, so you gotta think of the stacking of your code. So it keeps the boundary like this, but it will still change the X position of the camera to the cursor position, because this is more prioritized because that's bottom. Yeah. So we can put this over the reverse camera boundaries event, and now it does this, which looks so much better than what I had before. And also I changed the displacement map to a better one, which I'm going to link in the description, so you can use a better Five Nights at Freddy's displacement map for your game to make it look even better. We're going to make the cameras. So I've already made a camera button, but if you want to see its dimensions, it's 1184 pixels wide and 64 pixels tall. And this, I think I made this with a toon shader in Blender. Yeah. Make sure at the end of your animation you have a transparent. The screen is transparent because you kind of need it to kind of see what's behind. So you import. You put the camera button into your scene. You can have it at the top, to the side, the other side, but I'm going to keep it at the bottom. I'm going to show you a little neat trick I taught myself. I'm going to make a new event group, right click, event group, and we're going to call it camera, because this way we're going to take care of the camera stuff. So add a new event, I'm going to drag it under here, and add condition, scene, at the beginning of the scene. I'm going to add an action, camera button, set the X position to screen, scene width divided by 2, This is to keep it centered, but since our I can't figure out how to show you guys. Since our camera buttons, so origin point is at the top left, we'll have to divide. We'll have to do a negative, then this object's width divided by 2. I'm gonna go back. If you don't divide, yeah, oh wait, yeah, no, you have to make a. Oh yeah, I've already done this, but make a camera, or a UI. Make a UI layer and put it on there. Now you can see that it's in the middle of the screen, but the object itself, like, it still goes outside of like the screen. So we need to scene window width divided by 2 minus camera button width divided by 2. Now you can see it's in the middle of the screen, and if I move it over here, it'll still be in the middle of the screen. So my grid size is 8 by 8 pixels. Actually, that's very small. I'll change that to 16 by 16. Now we're gonna put the camera in the C, the 0, 0 location, and you make a new layer. You call it camera, and you can drag it under the UI layer you made for the camera button. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. There you go. As you see, it flips up, but we don't want it to do that, so we're gonna go back here. On this event, add an action, camera, and we're gonna pause the animation of the camera, and we're gonna hide it. So now, it's not there, but we still want it to kind of flip off when we have a mouse over here. So, we're gonna add an action. We're gonna add a timer. I'm gonna call it click cooldown. The reason I have a cooldown on the clicking of the, I'm gonna have a cooldown on here. And the reason I'm gonna have a cooldown is because if I don't, it's gonna flip up. No, we don't have to flip. No. Don't add a timer. And you add a new condition on a new event, which I put under the camera event group. I'm gonna add new event group. I'm gonna call it camera flipping. This is where the camera will flip up. So add a condition. If go to camera button, if the cursor / touch is on an object. So if the cursor or touch is on camera button, add condition, and we're gonna have trigger once. Then we add action. Oh yeah, add condition, camera, current frame, 0. So now it checks if it's the beginning of the frame. Then add a condition, camera is also hidden. So if the animation frame of camera is 0 and camera is not visible since I inverted the condition, you can also do it by right-clicking in the invert condition, or just pressing J. Now it checks all of these. Now we can go ahead and add a condition, add an action. We're going to show the camera, then we're going to resume the animation. Now it does this. That didn't work. Camera frame set to 0. Okay, so the animation frame was not 0. Yeah, you saw that, it flipped up. But we want it to flip back down. And GDevelop has this pretty awesome new feature. So we're gonna Control C, Control V. So I copy pasted this. I'm gonna double tap the animation frame of camera equals 0. I'm gonna double tap this. And that's like the animation is finished. And if the camera is visible. If it is, I'm gonna not show it, but just let it be visible. I'm gonna double tap and resume the animation of animation speed scale. I'm gonna set that to -1. Why? Isn't that a thing you could do? I'm gonna have to read the GDevelop docs. Hold on.
A few moments later.
I was unable to figure out how to, fix this bug, so instead we're gonna program it to go backwards. I'm gonna add an event. I'm gonna drag it over here, so it's over in view event group. If the animation frame is 0, I'm gonna hide the camera, and if it's greater than 0, I'm gonna show the camera. So now it does this. No, it does not. Yeah, I have to remove this. Okay, maybe I'll remove not to do that. Okay. Wait a minute, I'm gonna add an action. I'm gonna other actions, timers and time, start reset timer. I'm gonna call it camera down. Add, what do you call this? Flip down. I'm gonna call it right. Yeah. So you guys know how to add comments, but if you don't, right click, comment, and comment. So flip up. This is probably a very dumb way to do it, but I can figure it out. So I do need a cooldown. You do need a cooldown. Add action. Start reset timer. Flip cool down. So we're gonna put the timer of flip cooldown is greater than, say, 0.2 seconds. Okay, so looks like I have to use booleans now to add a new object variable in the camera object. So we go over to variables, add a variable. I'm gonna call this is up. I'm gonna make that a boolean. So now I'm gonna explain to you. At the start of the scene, we want the boolean variable to be false. What this means is that is this variable true? No, it's not. And so we want to add a new condition on flip up in camera. Boolean variable is up is false. If that is false, and drag that under there. We want to show the camera and resume the animation of the camera, and we're going to add a new condition. Camera animation finished. I'm going to add its result under there. I'm going to set the is up of camera to true. And now on the flip down, add a new event. If the animation frame of camera equals 0, then we're going to make this up false. And if the is up is true, then we're going to start subtracting the frames. Maybe I'll do 0.5 instead. Okay, it does something. But what if I move that action, camera, animation, speed scale? It was settings. I don't know. Okay. Looks like we're gonna have to add a new animation. I remember seeing here they allow the sprite animations to play backward with a negative speed scale, but it doesn't want to do that, so we're gonna have to add an animation. I'm gonna call this down. I'm gonna add some sprites. And now I have a down animation as well. And remove the transparent frame because we don't need that. Now it goes down, we change the FPS to 60. So apply. And I can at the beginning of the scene event, I'm gonna add an action, camera, change the animation play name. Change the animation played by the object using the name of the animation. So we're going to choose the animation and choose up. So now it says up. I'm going to move this action up here. And here I'm going to add a condition. Camera. Animation by name is up. And we're going to put that to true. Okay, so we're going to remove that. Okay, it looks good. I'm going to remove this as well. Now I'm going to drag the change animation up to under here. There we go. I'm going to copy, Control C, and then paste. I'm going to set it to the down animation and remove this one. now when the animation of camera is finished, and because now it says when the animation of when the animation is down and it's finished, I want to hide the camera. So now it should work. Yep. Now your camera flips up. Does flip back out. That's because I forgot to make it as false again. Yeah, then I can see the camera flips up and flips down perfectly. I'm sorry if you got lost in my explaining, but I thought you could make it. Well, I thought you could write -1, but to make the speed scale, to make it play backwards, but you couldn't. Yeah, just try to copy what I did here, and you're good to go. But we are missing a very important, or a very important thing in our camera, that we can actually, I don't want to do that. Okay, well, never mind then. But what we are missing something very important, and that is the actual screen itself, because we do not want it to be a camera. Why is it here now? I don't understand. Camera. We don't want it to be transparent, because that's not how a monitor works. So we're gonna have to add a new object, and since I don't have any camera sprites as of now, I'm gonna name this camera screen. I'm gonna add a new animation. Create with Pascal. Maintain aspect ratio with off. Now I'm gonna run 1280 by 720 because that is my game's resolution. I'm gonna make this entirely white. You'll see why I'm doing that in a sec. I'm gonna add this to the scene. I'm gonna make it on the 0, 0 position. I'm gonna make a new layer. I'm gonna call it camera UI. I'm gonna drag it under the camera layer. And I'm gonna put this object on the camera UI layer. And over here at the events, at the beginning of the scene, add action, other actions, camera layers and cameras. We're gonna hide a layer. The layer we're gonna hide is the camera UI layer. So at the beginning of the scene, the camera UI isn't visible. I'm gonna copy this to put that over here. On the flip, I'm gonna put it in here as well. Or actually, no, after the up is finished, I'm gonna put it there. Double click, show layer. So now we see this. I'm going to make a new event group. I'm going to call it switching cameras. Add the event. Well, first, I forgot, we have to make a camera button sprite. We're going to use the camera for when you're in the camera, it's not this camera, but another one. Just gonna check the dimensions I want. I want something like that. 80 by 40, okay. But I'm gonna add a new object. I'm gonna call it cam1. I'm gonna make it 80 by 48 because that's what I want. play button to be. You can make the classic FNaF button. White outline and gray inside. Right click. And I'm gonna type cam 1. And duplicate this RAM. I'm gonna make it cam 2. We're gonna make it yellow. We're gonna make it cam 2. And you guys can see, selected, not selected. And 1, 6 cameras. So we're gonna repeat this 6 times, but I can just duplicate it. See it automatically. It says cam 2. I still have to go over here and actually change it. Say cam 2. So we're just gonna do that in a time lapse. Just made the camera buttons, cam 1, cam 2, cam 3, cam 4, cam 5, and cam 6. Now GDevelop has a pretty cool new feature where you can make object groups, or folders, object folders. So you can put them in a folder to make your objects more organized. I'm going to call this cam buttons. I'm going to drag put these in here. I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call it camera. I'm going to put that folder under camera to make it more organized. I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call it monitor. Drag this on the monitor. I'm going to drag camera screen and monitor too. And put camera button under camera and camera under camera. Now it's more organized. I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to call it office. I'm going to drag all the office elements here. I'm going to make door stuff here. Now it's very organized. It looks so much better. Wait, I forgot. So we're gonna make a new object. I'm gonna call it block. You can call it whatever, because we're using this object to make the map, the layout of the office. So first, I'm gonna open Microsoft Paint. If I can make it black, I'm gonna use white to outline it. We want my office to be down here. Then of course 2 hallways. So 1, 2. Then I want it to kind of go up a little, and to the right and down. So 3. We have a little stage. 4. Maybe even a little backstage area, so 5. And maybe this is a supply closet. I'm gonna make that a little bit because margin wise, there's a lot of those. And 6. I want, of course, you, because that's how I want my layout to be. I'm gonna change the culture to white. I'm gonna change the width to actually 8 pixels wide and tall. And I'm just gonna drag this down there. I'm gonna hide the camera layer and not the base layer yet, and you kind of put the object in the scene. I'm gonna put it on the camera UI. And then I'm gonna hide the base layer as well. Okay, first I'm gonna actually. I can't do that again. I'm gonna change my grid size to 8 by 8 pixels, just so it's easier to make. So now I'm gonna just make it the shape, but with this block in GDevelop. So yeah, I'm gonna do that in a time lapse as well. Okay, I can't hide the base layer. Okay, so now I have made the map with this block, and I'm gonna select all of them. I'm gonna put all of them on the camera UI layer. Let's double check. Yeah, I think all of them are on the camera UI layer. I'm gonna move this down over here, maybe. That's probably good. Maybe over like here. Now I can show. No, not that one. The camera layer. I gotta put this over that. Negative like that, and then I think that was it. Yeah, that looks correct. Just gonna yeah, okay. But yeah, that's the perfect position for the map. I'm gonna hide the base layer just so you guys can see it more easily. I'm gonna move this back to the scene. No, I cannot. I can get place the buttons. So can I hide the base layer? Can one camera UI. It's gonna be that here. Cam 2, put that here. Cam 6, I'm gonna put that button here. I'm gonna put this back at the top left. I'm gonna show the camera. I'm gonna go to game events. Which cameras? I'm gonna add a condition. First, I'm gonna up here add an action. Cam 1. Wait, no. Oh, back in the scene, I'm gonna make a scene group, which I'm gonna call cam buttons. If I double tap it, you can see I can add objects. You're gonna see why this is pretty useful later. Now add action. On the cam buttons object group, I'm going to pause the animation. This pauses the animation for all the objects I've added into the cam buttons group, which is all these buttons. So their animation will be paused. Oh yeah, I forgot to put them on the camera UI layer. The cam 1 is on the click later. Camera UI, camera UI, camera UI, camera UI. Oh. It's a little out of the screen. That's fine. Yeah, as you can see, all their animations are paused. This looks so dumb. I'm gonna I'm gonna. Oh yeah. Gonna move this over here in the corner. I'm gonna add action. Count 1. Current frame. I'm gonna set that to 1, so it's it's the second frame because all animations in GDevelop start on frame 0. I'm gonna add a condition, and on cam 1, if the current frame is 1, this is why I added the other conditions. That's not what I added the other condition, but that's why I added, or that's why I made the monitor screen completely white. And that is because if the animation of cam 1, or the frame of animation of cam 1 is 1, I'm gonna add an action. I'm gonna go to camera screen, tint color, I'm gonna put that to green. Now as you can see, it's green now instead of white. So I'm gonna do this for all the buttons. I'm gonna make them different colors though. I'm going to show you guys how you can switch through the different cameras now. So first, I'm gonna add a comment. I'm gonna add a comment. I'm gonna call it cam number, which camera. I'm gonna add a new event. I'm gonna put that over the comment. I'm gonna add a comment. Switching cameras. I'm going to add a condition. So on cam 2, the cursor / touch is on cam 2. I'm going to add a condition. Mouse on touch. Mouse button, press or held. You have to left mouse button. Trigger once. If that happens, I'm going to change the animation, or the animation frame from cam 2 to 1, and the rest. Actually, I can go ahead and add action cam buttons. Current frame 0. With the animation of cam 2 will be 1. You can copy and paste that. So I'm gonna do the same thing with cam 1. So I can switch between these two, not the rest. Wait, we don't have cam 3. oh, that's... Where's cam 3? Yeah. We need a cam 3. That is pretty important. I forgot I didn't add cam 3. So... there you go. Camera UI. Now there's a cam 3. Yeah, Control C, Control V. You click the name of the object. I'm gonna change this to cam 3. I'm gonna change this to cam 3 as well. And just repeat that until you're finished. Now, just to check that it actually works, I need to make the UI layer visible. There we go. So change to camera 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and back to 1. Yep. So now the switching works. Now, I could end the video here, but I want to show you guys how you add the time, which you see in every Fighters vs. Fan game. You know, the clock, that like PM. So you click this button, and then your game, on the game scene, click these 3 dots, scene variables. You add a variable. I'm gonna call this clock. Yeah, okay. Number, I'm gonna give it the number 12. Or, yeah. The reason you want this to be a number is because time is displayed as a number and not text. And it starts on 12, so you change that to 12. So over here, I'm going to close this. And this one too. I'm going to add a new event group. I'm going to call it time. This is probably the easiest thing to do. So first, you hide the camera stuff. the UI. You're going to add new, we want to add new object text. Gotta make it white. I'm gonna call this time. I'm gonna make it say 12 a.m. You can choose a font if you want, but I don't want to right now. So it's the default font that GDevelop chooses for me. I'm gonna put it in the corner here and give it an anchor behavior. I think what this does is, so even if the screen size is changed, it's still in the top right. I need to put this on the UI layer. Yep, so now it's always there. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna go back and no changes to the game size. I'm gonna change the font color to blue. Or you know what? Gray. No, not gray. I'm gonna change it to blue, just so you can see it easier, or so it's more visible. Now you can show the camera stuff again. And now we're going to go in our game events. We're going to add a new event, add condition, scene at the beginning of the scene. We're gonna add an action, timers and time, start or reset the scene timer. I'm gonna call this hour. I'm gonna add an action again, and variables, other actions, variables, scene variables, because we made the time a scene variable, change number variable, variable o'clock set to 12. So now it starts at 12 o'clock. We're going to add a condition, other conditions, timers and time, value of a scene timer. If the hour is, right now it's just for testing, I'm going to select 4 seconds. If the time is greater than 4 seconds, I'm going to add condition, other conditions, events and control flow, trigger once while true, add condition, other conditions, variables, scene variables, number variable, o'clock, equal to 12, and the hour is greater than 4 seconds. I'm going to change the scene variable of o'clock to 1. I'm going to reset the timer hour, and if the number of the scene variable of o'clock is greater, is equal to if the scene variable o'clock is greater or equal to 1, and the time hour is at 4 seconds. Trigger once. Change the variable scene variable o'clock. We're going to add 1. But this doesn't actually display the timer now because we haven't made it show the variable o'clock. So we're going to add an action. Other actions? No. we're gonna go to objects, type, text, set to, and then we're gonna write. Okay, so to string, variable, then the variable you want it to be a string, and then the ending parentheses. Okay, now you can see that it displays the time. If you look very close, you can see that it changes to 1. That's for 4 seconds.
2,000 years later.
4 seconds has passed. Why is this not working? Okay, so if you have it on the beginning of the scene, it only checks at the beginning of the scene. So you have to make a new event with no condition. You drag it down there. Now it should update every frame. Yep, as you can see, it goes up and beyond 6 a.m., which we don't want. So I'm going to add a condition. If the number scene variable clock is equal to 6, I'm going to add a trigger once. I'm going to add an action. I'm going to delete the scene timer hour. And you can see it still can stop at 6 a.m. But we want a windscreen. I'm going to add in a new scene. I'll call it windscreen. We're going to show the grid. We're going to add a new object. I'm going to make it white. I'm going to give it a size of 100. We're going to write AM. I'm going to add a new object, a text object. I'm going to make the size of 100. I'm going to make it white. And we're going to write 5, then 6. I put this like that. I'm going to add a new object, sprite. I call it black. Look. I'm going to create with Pascal. I'm going to make it black. I'm going to put this here. This is just to hide when the 5 goes up. I'm going to do this. We'll preview the scene and it's pretty normal. We'll make it go up. We're going to double click, behaviors, add a behavior, tween. And over here, we're going to add a new event. We're going to add a condition. Both are conditions. Scene variable. At the beginning of the scene, we're going to add a condition. On text 2, I added 3 behaviors, so you see all of these events, which are not here, because this doesn't have a tween behavior. So over here, we're going to tween the object Y position, because we want to go up to reveal the number 6. So tween identifier, I'm going to call it up to. We want it to, so the height of this object. We want it to go. Wait, what? No. Just want it to go from 258 to 144 to 144. Gotta put it back on 258. No, not 258. I'm gonna 255. So now you'll see that. Wait, no, you will not see that because we're going to select easing, and the map it goes up linearly, so we're going to select linear duration, and then 2 seconds. You do not want to destroy this object when the tween is finished. You can see it goes up. I want it to take just 6 seconds to go up. I'm going to make the background color black. And now you can't see this box. So now it looks pretty normal. I'm going to go back to my game. Instead of delete timer hour from memory, I'm going to add an action. Scene. And we want to change the scene to the wing split. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how you can add a monitor and a watch clock. Thank you for watching, and I hope I will see you another time. Goodbye.